Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're here with another review. Today we're gonna have a look at the Asterix and Obelix tube with 7 figures. It comes with this nice plastic protected box. Now let's have a closer look at this one. Right here you can see the Plastoy logo, Asterix, tube, 7 figures inside, and these are the 7 figures that are inside this box. On the other side of the box you see some images, some cool images I would say. The Plastoy logo underneath, yeah, and here you can see all the figures that are actually inside this package. So basically this is one of the many tubes of the Asterix and Obelix line that Plastoy has released. So let's waste no time and open this up. We have all the figures out of the package. You can see these are the 7 figures. Basically this one is very small, but of course it's in the fix, they still count it as a figure. So you can see underneath it says, it has the Plastoy logo, very cool looking in the fix. So basically I don't think I have another in the fix figure, because there are some bigger in the fix figures, but I think this one is a perfect size because in the movie it was actually that small. Or you can see Obelix or some other holding it, so it doesn't matter at all. It holds this bone as you can see on his mouth. Very nice, cool looking, very mini I would say figurine. We have this one, the Obelix, who is carrying a menhir, and I can say this one is my favorite figure of the set. Very classic Obelix pose I would say, very iconic. And here is the Plastoy logo, very cool looking menhir. I love this figure, it's my most favorite Obelix figure I would say from all the Plastoy releases. Very iconic, you know. Anyway, this is the Obelix, very nicely painted as you can see, very cool details. Amazing job by Plastoy, even on the eyes, just like we have used to see him on the movies. You can see everything has been painted perfectly. No sloppiness at all to any position. Very good, because I really like this figure. Yes, wonderful. Even the menhir. We have also one more menhir who was Obelix was about to make it gift to La Fabala, which we're gonna see later on. Anyway, so this is Obelix carrying a menhir figure. Next we have his body, Asterix, right here. Here, as you can see, he is on this fighting position, I would say. Again, he's very nicely painted. You can see his sword. He's outside, probably ready to fight. Very beautifully looking figure. Even though they are actually very small, they are mini figures. And here he is next to the actual Asterix figure. As you can see, he is also in a fighting position, but you can see that he is much bigger than this one, because he's a mini figure, he's a tube. Which one you like the most? Well, it's up to you. I wanted to see how this one scales with a mini Obelix. Well, yeah, the difference is seeable, I would say, but not that much. Well, yeah, probably this one should be a little bit bigger if you wanted to have him on the same size with this one. But anyway, La Fabala, I don't know, her name is actually different on some languages, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, you know, the girl that Obelix fell in love with. Here you can see underneath the Plastoy symbol. Of course, this is how she basically looks. She has this long blonde hair. Well, here, as far as the detail on her face goes, I can say that this one is not that good as the previous figures that we actually see. Yeah, even maybe because it's small. If we compare her with the actual figure, you can notice the difference and how much better this one is, you know, and has more details on her face, I would say, and even she is holding in the fix. Here the druid, panoramics. I think he could also be better. Here he is next to the other druid. I don't know what is this black thing right here. Did they try to make his mouth or something? I don't know. But this one, the other, the big guy, this with the classic figure doesn't have anything like this, and I can say that this one looks very better than this one, if I'm being honest. This is a mini figure. Well, yeah, here he is. Like I say, he had some potential, you know, he could be a little bit better, if I'm being honest. Next, we have this guy who used to sing, I don't remember his name right now, and here is next to the actual figure. You can notice the difference on the size, I would say, and of course the detail, even on the outfit. But yeah, for a mini it's pretty okay. And here is the Plastoy symbol. Yeah, he holds his musical instrument, really cool. Anyway, let's place him over here and have a look to the tribal chief Majestix, the chief of the village. And here is next to the classic figure. You can see that this one is bigger than this one, which is logical because, as we said, it's a tube. So here is the Plastoy symbol. As far as the details goes, I can say that this one is actually pretty much the same. You don't see any difference at all. Maybe this one is a little bit better painted than the classic one, I would say, than the original one. Even you can see this, they have painted in black these things, something which here is not. And he also has open eyes, which is basically difficult to paint them than this one who has them closed. So yeah, a lot of details going right here. You can see also a small difference on some paint job right here. For example, on the sword, this one is red and this one is orange. And on the trouser that he wears, he has these black stripes, but this one is very thinner than this one. This has very thick black stripes, and even in the blue is darker than this one. You know, some very small details that really don't bother that much. Anyway, so this was pretty much the Plastoy Asterix and Obelix tube with 7 figures inside. To be honest, the favorites of Obelix and carry them in near and Getafix are my most favorite figures of the set, and the ones that I'm gonna use the most, because I have all the figurines from this line. Anyway, so these were, guys, Asterix and Obelix tube from Plastoy with 7 figures inside. I hope that I covered all of your details about the size and how they scale or look next to the classic Plastoy figures. So thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it and I helped you out. I'm gonna see you next time. Bye.